Brad Paisley and American Saturday Night on WEZL.
I want to thank Gary McElveen. That's the young McElveen.
Mm-hmm.
He has become an extraordinary photographer over the past few years. He's tried a few things in his life, but photography has become something that he is extraordinarily good at. And he was taking pictures of the bridge run over the weekend and posted a few of them on his Facebook page. Absolutely. I mean, these are Time magazine quality photos. Just
Really?
incredible. Yeah. Right at the finish line, he's got a picture of the winner breaking the barrier. He's got pictures of the wheelchair athletes. Just absolutely, I mean, these things look like Time magazine.
Really?
National Geographic quality stuff.
Well, I know I ran into him at the Walk for Water a couple of weeks ago. He was taking pictures for that. And, I mean, he had all kinds of gear wrapped around his neck and a big old lens and everything. You know, he looked like he was getting ready to go on a safari or something like that.
Well, yeah, he dresses that way.
Well, does he?
Yeah, he dresses that way when he's, because I always see pictures of him while he's out taking pictures.
Yeah.
And he spends a lot of time, apparently, in Africa doing mission work, and he takes a huge number of pictures of the native population and the people and the way they live, and just absolutely.
Well, maybe that's his thing. Maybe
It's his
photography
thing.
is
There's
his
no
thing.
maybe, man. This is that's quality stuff. I'll see if I can, and I don't think he'll mind. I'll see if I can save one of these and post it somehow on our website if you're not a Facebook user. But it's just beautiful work.
Cool.
Beautiful
I get the
work.
impression from his Facebook page that he now does this for a living.
Yeah,
Like he does
I think
wedding
he does.
photography and those type things. So.
Very creative, amazing,
And a good guy.
amazing work.
Salt
I don't
of
know.
the earth.
I don't know about all
Yeah,
that.
he's the salt of the earth.
I don't know. He still owes me money. I don't know about it.
You have a McElveen that owes you money?
Well, you know, that's he needed. There
That's
was a
just worth bragging about. I wouldn't even want the money back if I had a McElveen that owed me money.
keep him on the hook.
That's it.
He's a great guy. 6:30 at WEZL. Also, a huge crowd. Thanks to, I mean, just an amazingly huge crowd at Flowertown this year.
Oh, it was gigantic.
Did you get to go?
Judy spent the day up there. Didn't even mean to, but it was so crowded you just couldn't get out.
Yeah.
She said, and I saw pictures in the paper. The main drag there by Azalea Park looked like the Cooper River Bridge Run.
Yeah.
Wall-to-wall
You couldn't.
people.
She said it was just like that everywhere you went in there all day. It was like you go for an hour, you have to spend 5 just to get through it all.
We went super early on Saturday, so it was manageable. We were there when they opened at 9:30 or whatever and stayed for about 2 hours, and it was great to go early.
And they had a great weekend for it as far as the weather's concerned. I really don't think they got any rain until late yesterday afternoon, just about the time they were supposed to wrap up. So it was a perfect weekend, I think, for the Flower
It
Town.
was huge. And I know the Cajun Festival
Yeah,
was slammed as well. I mean, that was a massive crowd over there as well.
I would say that was the biggest crowd we've ever had that early, and then we got some rain, probably 3:30 or 4,
And it
then
cleared
just
out.
emptied. And
Yeah.
we wrapped up the day with about, I think we probably went from 11 or 12,000 to about 350.
Just like that. It's
Just like that.
Like
Yeah.
being at Disney in the afternoon.
Yeah.
When a thunderstorm pops up. That's the time to be there when everybody else leaves.
Just
You know,
hang there until
just hang tight,
until
get
it's
wet.
done. You're going to get wet anyway.
Absolutely. No, it was just an absolutely massive weekend. A lot of folks will be leaving this morning, and I hope it's a lot easier to get out of town this morning than it was to get into Charleston on Friday. That was an absolute I've never seen anything like that traffic on Friday downtown.
It was a mess, man.
And I don't know if it's like that every year because I've been
They
down
tried
there.
something different this year. They were doing something with traffic differently this year, for the bridge people to pick up the packets and everything on Friday, and I guess it just didn't work that well.
No.
Starting about noon Friday, that's when I got down there anyway, and it was already backed up. They had police people, all police officers in cars, motorcycles at every intersection on East Bay Street, even over on the other side of East Bay Street, Meeting Street, looked like King Street, and it was backed up. I mean, for forever. I've never seen that kind of traffic in downtown Charleston for anything in my life.
Where was the packet pickup? Was it still at the Gilliard?
Yeah.
They were trying to move it to North Charleston, and that didn't work.
They wanted to move it to the Coliseum because
Right.
they had plenty of parking. People could get in, get out, and get out of there. But
and they just didn't. They didn't want that.
that was an ego thing, I think.
Yeah.
They didn't want to give up any portion of the bridge run from downtown to North Charleston. So
Well, I totally forgot about Bridge Run traffic, and I happened to have a DJ event on Queen Street on Friday night. And luckily, I was able to get to East Bay and then loop around the back streets and get to the party on time. But, man, it was awful.
it was a nightmare.
It was awful.
I got to think it'll be a lot simpler this morning because everybody's going in different directions. Friday afternoon, everybody was going to Gilliard Auditorium.
Yeah.
So it was an absolute nightmare. But, I mean, those guys did the best they could. With that much traffic, it was just
They did, man.
it was a mess. But they really need to think about moving that thing to North Charleston. The registration anyway.
Or even if it is an ego thing, move it to West Ashley. That's still Charleston, that, new town center thing that they've built where the Colbert Cal is or something. There's other solutions besides downtown Charleston.
Yeah, on Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
Everybody trying to get into the Gilliard Auditorium.
It's rough.
Well, that was the deadline. I mean, they had them available on Thursday. 'Cause
Yeah, there
we
was
went
no
down
line.
there
There
on
was no
Thursday.
traffic on Thursday.
We went down there Thursday early and picked up Darlene's stuff, but Friday was the deadline because you can't pick it up on Saturday morning. If you don't get it on Friday, you don't get it.
Yeah, but the Thursday was not a problem. Everybody went. I think 34,000 people went down there Friday
I believe it.
to get their registration packet. So it was
Most of them on Meeting Street.
it was a mess. 6:34.
Good news for kids.